Don't get grounded. This video is for DJI owners in the United States that want to get past the Takeoff Not Permitted sign on their controller. If you are going to be traveling with your drone, if you're going to be flying somewhere new, we don't want you to end up in a spot that's absolutely beautiful, but you're unable to take off with your drone. This video is for you in order to plan your flight and make sure you're doing everything legally and going to be able to take off when you get to that perfect location. We're going to cover recreational flights. We're going to talk about certification, the 2 apps you need for your DJI drones, as well as how to research an area before you visit. And then we'll talk about getting LAANC license or authorization, how to unlock a geozone in the DJI app if you need to, and then finally how to load that license onto your aircraft so you can take off wherever you're traveling to. You don't want to get grounded and be in a beautiful location and unable to fly. First thing to flying legally in the United States is the trust certification. If you're being paid to fly your drone, you're gonna need additional certifications, but in June of 2001, the FAA began requiring recreational drone pilots to take a test about aeronautical knowledge and safety. This is the trust, and it can be completed for free in about 30 minutes from home. TRUST stands for the Recreation UAS Safety Test. It's required for all drone pilots to fly legally. This test will teach you the rules that govern your flights, safety considerations, and ways to stay out of trouble with your drone. Be a good member of the drone community and pass your trust test. This certificate is going to let others know that you're flying legally and is going to prevent a lot of harassment before it ever starts. The FAA has a whole list of providers to obtain your trust certificate for free. You should never pay for a trust certificate. We were able to take, pass, and print our trust certificate all from a mobile phone using the Boy Scouts of America course. This course reviewed important information and then quizzed us on the information. My 11-year-old took the course and passed the test while on a trip in the back of the car using a cell phone. Once you complete your test, be sure to save a copy of your certification and print it out to keep with your drone, because if law enforcement asks you, you must provide a trust certificate to fly legally. Let's jump into apps now. When you're researching apps to use to fly your drone, you'll see a lot of places that mention a Before You, B, the number 4, and then the letter U, Before You Fly app. That app was created by the FAA a few years ago, and instead of continuing service on the app, they instead started licensing other app providers to use that information. The Autopilot app is the Before You Fly app incorporated. There's lots of other options. You can tell me in the comments what your favorite one is and why. The reason I like Autopilot is it just works really well wherever I'm at. I can search the maps quickly, and then I can file what's called an LAANC request directly with the FAA and get immediate approval whenever I submit those. Before you take your drone outside, or before you travel with your drone hoping to shoot some fantastic vacation shots, the 2 apps you're going to want are going to be Autopilot as well as the DJI Fly app. Autopilot is my favorite app for researching areas before I go. It's an FAA-approved pre-flight planning software. It enables drone pilots, both recreational and commercial, to legally know where it's safe to fly their drones. It provides great information such as how high you can go, your altitude zone, different sorts of warnings for different areas, gives you airspace management information. You can pay to unlock weather. We usually briefly just check the wind, but you can use the web for that. It also offers the ability to file your LAANC with the FAA. And if you're going to be completely legal, there are a lot of zones that you may need to file that. Or you might be in a wide open zone. Autopilot lets you research that though and figure out, are you going to need to file an LAANC or are you clear to fly? Now, we need the other app, the DJI Fly app, because even if an area says it's totally fine to fly in on your autopilot zone, sometimes there's some geofencing that DJI has done. This issue a lot of people run into this issue in areas that might have a lot of farmland, and maybe there is an old grass runway that maybe some crop duster planes use. Those areas are already geo-fenced off. They don't show up as controlled airspace on a lot of apps, but the DJI app has them blocked off. And so we'll also need the DJI Fly app. And that way you can research areas that you are wanting to fly in and just double check what kind of zones you may be flying in. I'm going to show you some areas that we've flown in and how we've done research before we left so that we were able to unlock our drones and get any licenses that we needed before flying. Let's plan a flight using these two apps so that you know how to go about researching ahead of time, as well as how to unlock a zone in case you're in a no-fly area. I start off with autopilot, and the reason I start off with autopilot is it is going to have the most up-to-date FAA information that's going to let us know if we're going to be able to fly, yes or no, in a certain area. You could use your DJI app to research an area, but it's not going to give you the most up-to-date information, and there may be some additional permissions that you need that you're not going to know about if you don't use autopilot or any other before you fly approved FAA apps. We have some friends that live in Lake Barkley, and we want to take our drone there to fly around, to check out the boats over the lake, as well as to look around in the woods and just survey the area before we go. So I found where my friends live, and I just tap on the app, and I'm clear to fly here. And I might make my mission radius even bigger to 4,000 feet. That's the farthest we could possibly go. And I can set my date right now if I want, but I get the all clear to fly. No approval required. This is great. This means that I can do this flight and it should work fine. The next thing I'm going to do is check this same area using my DJI Fly app. I like to do the DJI Fly app using a web browser. You can definitely do it on your phone. But if I'm planning ahead of time, I like to use a laptop because it just makes it easier if I have to submit a request. So we checked our area on Lake Barkley using the autopilot app. Now we need to double check that we're not inside any sort of zones that are going to require approval. We'll go to fly-safe.dji.com/home, and when we get here, I usually just start with new unlock request, but to get the most information, we should do geozone information. This lets you pick your drone so you'll know where you can fly, and you'll click on search. It always starts us in Washington, D.C. I'm going to scroll over to where we were in Kentucky just a moment ago. And I'm going to zoom in to the area that we started to look at using our autopilot app. And good news here, I don't see any authorization zones, just this one stretch right here that is a warning zone, which we can still take off in a warning zone. It just gives us a reminder to watch out for something. But specifically the neighborhood we looked at was right here, and it said clear to fly on autopilot, and there's no warnings, there's no zones here that we would have to research. We recently went to Myrtle Beach, and we ran into an issue where we only checked autopilot. We got FAA approval, we hiked about a mile, and then we ended up getting stuck because we hadn't done our geo unlocking using the DJI Fly app. So let's open autopilot back up. We'll research Myrtle Beach using the autopilot app, and then we're gonna find it using the DJI Fly app. If you're gonna file an unlock request, you have to have your LAANC approval from autopilot to even submit your geozone unlock. I see that we can go up to 200 feet in this area of the beach. So I will put in this area. I'm gonna move over so I don't go into that zone. I'll zoom in, and I see that 10th Avenue is really where I should go past before I start flying. So I'm gonna move everything over. I want to be able to fly all day or for several hours, so I'm gonna put a 5-hour request in. I have to fly with approval. I can only go 200 feet, so we're gonna set the drone to max out at probably 195 feet. We'll hit continue. We're gonna say we're gonna go up to the highest altitude, but we won't go that way. I'm reviewing the info, I noticed that I put this for Tuesday. I'm gonna actually go back. I want this to go for Friday. For 5 hours. Hit continue, set that max altitude. I see that the only thing I have is I need to do authorization to fly. So I submit it, and I'm gonna get an immediate response. My mission is authorized. The FAA says I can fly here. But before I fly here, DJI Fly app is gonna block this off. We need to get onto FlySafe DJI and request a geo unlock for this area. Go ahead and take a screenshot because you're gonna have to upload this file whenever you submit your geo unlock request. I know that I'm going to need to unlock a zone for Myrtle Beach. So I'm gonna go up here where it says unlock request, and I'll click unlock request. We're gonna click on new unlock request. You can see on this screen, I have a few that are already accepted. I have some that have been rejected, and that is a totally normal thing. My very first one was rejected. I tried to get too many zones all at once. So we'll click new unlock request. We'll say confirm, and we are gonna do custom unlocking. The first time I was unlocking, I did zone, and that was too big an area. DJI wouldn't approve that. So I'm doing custom unlocking. If they deny your request, they'll give you feedback on what you need to change, or if you're even gonna be able to get approval. So we'll click custom unlocking, and we'll say confirm. I have my information here. You'll need to make sure you're signed in. I have to select my device, and then the serial number for that device. If you don't have any devices here, you'll click add device and follow the prompts to add it. You'll need to add a pilot. I've already created my pilot. You'll follow those prompts as well. It might ask you for your trust certificate to upload that. That way they can say, yes, you've definitely done your legal obligation. I click on next, and now I'm ready to find my area. So we're going to Myrtle Beach. And I see that I have an airport here. This is actually the airport that I recently stayed near, and all around it is this blue zone. I didn't realize that was an authorization zone before I traveled, but now I know it is. If you zoom too far in, the zones disappear and they don't tell you that they're there anymore. So you have to stay zoomed out a little bit. And when we checked our app on autopilot, we saw that around 10th Avenue was where we could start to fly. There we are. So we can't fly past that because even though DJI says this is an authorization zone, the FAA is going to say absolutely not and won't approve anything in this area. So I like to do a polygon. You could do a circle, but I feel like I have more control with the polygon. And we're just going to click 9th Avenue, 10th Avenue. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to go out into the ocean a little ways, and then I'm going to make a square up to the pier. I would like to get some neat pictures of that pier. I don't plan to fly in this area, but it gives me a little bit of room because your drone will slow down significantly when you get close to the perimeter. So I like to pick a bigger area that I'm gonna fly in so that my drone will work completely. Feet, I'm gonna fly no higher than 200 feet because that's my approval for link. And fly drone with link approval. I need to put my altitude as the highest I'll go, and then I need to upload a screenshot from my app. So I emailed our link approval, and now I'm gonna upload it, and I'm gonna hit submit. A time range. I think I need to add one more. Yep, you have to click 5 points to get this. So I know I'm going there this weekend, so I'm gonna say January 10th, and I want it for the whole weekend. So now I'll submit, operation complete. It's gonna show us that it's waiting for a review. You'll also get an email that tells you they've received it, and usually within 5 minutes or so, we have an approval or we have a rejection with the reasoning. Some possible rejections could just be your application has been rejected, check feedback. This is for a previous one. This is when I selected the wrong type. Submit a custom unlocking request instead of a zone unlocking request. And then we fixed it and we got approval pretty quickly. So we're waiting for review. I should have named this one. I forgot to name it. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes and my image has changed to under review. So I know that somebody is looking at this right now, and I just got a ding on my phone. So I bet if I refresh this, we'll have a response. And I see that this has been accepted. I want to make sure I note my zone name. So I called this unnamed 1. I should have given this a name. So you might call it Myrtle Beach State Park. We could have called that 10th Avenue Myrtle Beach. I should have named it so that whenever I load this unlock request onto my drone, I know which one to select. Status has been accepted, so now we have approval from DJI to fly in an authorization zone, and we have approval from the FAA to fly at that 200-foot authorization zone. We're not ready to fly though. We need to load this information onto our drone. Now that we've submitted our unlock request and had it accepted, this is saved to your DJI account. We need to get that status, that geo-lock status, from the DJI Fly app over onto your drone. You're gonna need to connect your controller or your DJI Fly app to your internet, and you could do that just by sliding down and selecting your internet and getting connected. If you're out in the field, you're going to have to do that using a hotspot on your phone, which can sometimes work and sometimes it can be frustrating. Like I said, this is so much easier to get it all done at home so you're ready to go. Once you're connected to the internet on your controller or your DJI Fly app and your aircraft is connected, we're going to click on Profile. And under Profile, we're going to click on Settings. And then under Settings, we'll scroll down here to unlock GeoZone. On this screen, you'll see your flight controller and your number of licenses. I like to push that refresh button to make sure it's up to date. And I used to only have 3 licenses on here, but since we just added another license, I have 4 total. We need to click this Import to Aircraft button, and this is gonna send our licenses to our aircraft. So before you fly, you'll have to click on Aircraft Unlocking Licenses, and you only need 1 valid at a time, and we just created one called Unnamed 1. So I can click the slider on that. I'm qualified to fly in this area. I assume full liability, and I can hit Agree. And when I do that, it'll turn off my other license. Now, if you're like me and you accidentally forgot to name it, you can always click on your license and it'll pull up a map showing where you've blocked off. So this one I know is the Myrtle Beach one. Now we checked in autopilot and we saw that we're only allowed to fly at 200 feet. So now is a great time to go in and update your ceiling and your return to home height. That is typically where people get in trouble with the FAA, is they forget to update their height, how high back the return to home should be, and they're in a 200 zone, and all of a sudden they lose connection and the aircraft returns to home and flies up to 400 feet, and that lands them into a little bit of trouble. So don't forget to update that on your drone. You can do that by clicking Go Fly. There's 3 dots to get your settings. Turn to home altitude, we're gonna drop it down to 196, and we'll set our max altitude.
Home point updated.
180 is gonna be it. Our drone is now ready to fly. Takeoff is permitted. Now that we've checked out our flight zones using autopilot and submitted link authorization with the FAA, and checked out our DJI Fly app and received an unlocking license, we've loaded those licenses from our app or our controller over to our drone. We are now ready to fly. I hope this was a helpful video, something that will get you flying. We help families to maximize their education, so we would love it if you would sign up, subscribe to our channel, like this video if it's helpful for you. But we do believe that you can learn anything and grow just by looking at the things that you're curious about. Drones are an awesome way to learn. Hope you have a fantastic time flying your drone safely and legally. Thank you.